Hello. We are back. It's a Saturday. It's a surprise stream again. Just because I have time now. Anyways, we are. Ooh. Oh yeah. Welcome to the stream. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's not your first time here, welcome back. We're still doing Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. Today we're gonna go through case number 3. It should be interesting. I'm having my dinner at the same time, so if you hear any munching or nibbling noises, it's me. Anyways, just hang on a bit. I just need to change the fence settings and we'll get onto it. Alright, let's see. So I guess we'll start a new game. There are 5 cases in total, and we are at case number 3. So let's do this. The origins of Horus. Interesting. Let's go. Free Cuthbert. His father? There's so many things that I wanted to tell you, so many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes? But he gave him his eyes? Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Ooh, interesting. Probably gonna find out how he got his eye of Horus. I would have thought that his father's name was Horus. Well, obviously not. Preposterous. Completely and utterly preposterous. Ooh, he doesn't... Wait, what? That's his father? Definitely not what I expected. No. That's Lord Van Sanctus, right. I guess now we're playing as his father. Yeah, he's Lloyd. You filthy rat. You cheated, didn't you? That's right, you're just a cheat. A cheat and a charlatan. Noblemen? They always have that creepy mustache. Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim? I mustard chest before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Do you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me? Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. Oh, when his father was young, age 20, defense attorney. I was expecting more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill. Ooh. Nobleman, age 45, abjuration. Oh, another nobleman, another NPC, he has no face. Ah. You can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors on his public image. Preposterous. It sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. Oh wait, we mixed up the people. I'm supposed to be taking Tyrion. Whoopsies. I thought that was his father. Okay, I got it mixed up. So, we're in the present time. I thought it was like a time skip sort of thing. You did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it. Come on, I love seeing these conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. Have the fun of playing these tournaments. Wow, where's this confidence when we're in the courthouse? That's, I'm gonna say, a different story. There we go. To deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes prosecutors still win. I wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. Celebrate? He's probably something that will come into play later, I guess. Even if he was a pushover, you just beat one of the top ranked chess players in the kingdom. Orinax. The city of Orinax. If you weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, you would have never come back here. You'd rather leave this city as soon as possible. Saw a cafe when we were walking around. Food smelled great. I like to go there. I love how she keeps saying I traveled around the world. Even in the past cases, that's all that she would always say. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city. Alright, I suppose there's no harm in staying any longer. She does have a point. The city streets seems livelier than when you last saw them. I see a lot of businesses that weren't here before and they all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Oranax used to look like a ghost town. Oh, has the local nobility been investing in the city? You find that possibility very hard to believe. I find that hard to believe either. Seems like a nice place. Struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. Gotta say, I just came back from a long day of work. The first thing I read was baked potatoes, and it took me like a split second to realize that it was pastries. Santos baked goods swirls around you. You take the moment to inhale the enticing smells. You have to admit that it's making you very hungry. You seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress. She's interesting. While glory is what you seek, then look no further. For you stand before Mozarika Tudor, Dark Lord of Oranax. She's 19. She's a merchant. A familiar face? I guess we've met. Rika? Oh, short. Ha, it appears that my reputation precedes me. How good of you. Tyrion? I'm glad that she's happy to see me. Why didn't you tell anyone that you're back in town? Do you have any idea how worried we've all been? I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago. You used to live here? Oh, Oranax is actually the town I grew up in. But you were in such a hurry to leave before. Aw, you made her upset. You came here to eat, right? If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes from the house. No, I couldn't possibly... Don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. And you know how good my food is. She's the chef. You all place your orders. Oh, I guess not. She said it's on the house, so I thought, like, you know, she's the one who's cooking it. Oh, Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard. High Arc Magi of the Cadmium Flames and the proud proprietor of this cafe. That's a mouthful. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart. A common folk mage. 7 spells? 4 times. What does that mean? 4 times? 1.5? No. You can't divide 7 by 4. I've been usurped. Well, I gotta work harder. Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now and even have a bodyguard. Did you get an office job in the city? I'm actually a defense attorney now. A defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Ruby. Right, she adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her. Since you were a kid? I guess that explains it, but not really. Yep, she's 19-year-old and a mercenary, so... Rika's Cafe. Thanks to the Dracogen Trading Company. Because of him, I was able to open up here just like I've always dreamed. Dracogen Trading Company. They're only operating in Oronex. But here they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyvern. But I would have thought that Lord Van Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom. Isn't he the pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament? I didn't even know he was a businessman. Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. Ooh. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles who are leaving. You should start reading more about national politics. Any more? Oronex City. The new merchants appeared. The Dracogen Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and bought the Arcane Refinery. After that, merchants from all over Wyvern started coming here. Well, being based in the port city would definitely give them an edge. And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility and they pay their employees a lot more than what Sanctus does. Yes. Nobles don't pay well. Seems like that's the thing. I doubt Von Sanctus appreciates the competition. Does even talk about forming employee-run unions. Yeah. Any more? The chess tournament. I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctus at a tournament this morning. Upstart commoner? The name suits you. Do you still do that thing when you play? No. What thing? You're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did. What did you do? What's the thing? Your inner Chuny? Seems that you don't have a choice. You take a deep breath. Those who stand in the shadows, those who fear the light of divinity, your Imperials will fall and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus. It's like a whole superhero thing. That's why I don't do it anymore. That was great. That was really cool, Tyrion. Her poorly contained laughs are coming out in between each word. You were just doing it a moment ago. She owns it. You used to say something else before too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're a man-king god. No way. Looks like our order is here. Spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. Turned out that he was the headmaster. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did you know? Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. Can't believe it, I never thought court cases could be that dramatic. We tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened. I wonder what happened. They usually don't go into it until like deeper into the story, and then you find out what actually happened. It's kind of the same as Phoenix Wright, isn't it? I guess mostly when he fell off being an attorney. It's time for us to get along. I'll get going, sorry. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays, I won't keep you any longer. But be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time. Oh? Rent a carriage. More crowded, it's a little difficult to make your way through them. So that's just fidgeting with her hands. Come on, say it. You hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Rathon? Why? Haven't you heard the Knights of Kingsguard have locked down the city? Another murder. They set up a blockade and everything. Check the city gates if you don't believe me. As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there. This is outrageous! How long do you plan on keeping us here? It's so generic, the nobleman and noblewoman. Sorry, but we have our orders. We can't let anyone outside of the city until the investigation is complete. There's an investigation? Did something happen? Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded? We're not allowed to release that information. We just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. I haven't seen you two around before. I need you to take down your names and occupations for our records. Let me guess, just because I put it down as a defense attorney, they're gonna make me defend the suspect? Or at least the defendant? It's fine, Celeste, we're better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the King's Guard. Bodyguard, thanks. You look over to the other King's Guard, they seem to be taking notes of the people here too. They must be making a list of everyone inside the city, but for what reason? Oop, that was a big mouthful. This can't possibly be legal. But it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. We should find a place to stay overnight just in case. We walk into a nearby tavern and see it absolutely crowded with patrons. Welcome to the Egwin Tavern. We get 2 rooms for the night. Sorry, I can't even spare 1 room. I'm completely full with the blockade and all. Where did you get all those gold? Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only 1? The entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I can do for you. I realize that she's just teasing you like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing. I was just kidding before. You can have the bed, I'll sleep on the floor. Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a bushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. She's got you there. Alright, but tell me if you change your mind. Yeah. Let me guess, it happens overnight. Oh. Here we go. I didn't see you there. I was just walked past him. Well, what? Oh. Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait. Holy crap, pull me up. I can't hold on for much longer. You idiot, what are you doing? What? Grab his arm and pull him up. My hand! Oh, wait, that crunch was his hand. What the hell are you doing? Your grip is too tight, stop that. Wait, I can still... From the well? No, what happened? I should have been able to. By the skilled lord, he fell in. No, I can use this. That's right, I can still make this look like it was all his fault. Yes. Continue, let's go. You find yourself falling into a nightmare. Oh no! Those scenes again. I'm so sorry. Can't believe they made you watch. Wait, what? Are you okay? He was 10 at the time. Are you going to keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. Your question barely comes out as a whisper. What? Are you going to keep fighting the nobility? I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. I thought that the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore. So you're just going to give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just going to give up then, was my mother's death truly pointless? Oh, he watched his mother die? Teach me how to be like you. You say that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together. You're just a child. Please. I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here. You clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left for you. It's the last comforting memory you have of her. It's a memory that you'll never experience again. Mom. That was a shocking awakening. Your slumber was less than restful. That was me every night. It's been a while since you remember that day. That's all the more reason to leave this city as soon as possible. I see. Celeste, are you up? Huh? She was wistfully staring out of the window watching the rain. Her head whips towards you when she realizes that you're awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? He wasn't awake, was he? Did she say something? She doesn't seem keen on sharing. It's best not to pry. Pretty sure it's still under lockdown. Go outside and check the city gates. The blockade still hasn't disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. What's going on? Oh no! As soon as she sees you, she breaks out into full sprint. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain? It's terrible. There's an accident at Arcane refinery. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. Oh, damn. He's dead. If there's anything I can do... He's blaming the Dracogen Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. As the law of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracogen from his territory. Can you help them? I don't think I can. What? But... I specialize in homicide cases, and most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry, I'm sure that the Dracogen Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. Not so sure about that. Think about it. A lot from one of the four pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone will try to fight them on this? She has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will go against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who do are you and Miss Tomorrow. Guess it's up to us. I'll see what I can do. Please don't get your hopes up. Very little information to work with right now, and to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. I'm sure that Mr. Dracogen will take any help he can get. He's the owner of the Dracogen Trading Company. He should be at the old Arcane refinery right now. That must be the scene of the accident. We've been away from the shop too long, so I can't come with you, but drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. Alright, guess we are defending him. Whoever him is. Reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. You always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now. More control over your powers, or has something else changed? Alright, you arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't many people around. The few people you do see appear to be from the city watch. So what does Arcane actually mean? Is it like the power? Right. Arcane crystals. He's been stand out from the knights and cleaning stuff. Could he be the guild master? Stephanic Dracogen, pleased to make your acquaintance. He's 70? gosh, these people's age are a mystery. I've never tried a civil case before. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be. There isn't a single attorney in Auto next that will represent me, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Yeah. Homicide or not, the case revolves around wrongful death. If I did represent Dragojan, I'll need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened, and it wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident. Alright, the accident. Work rush. One of my employees fell from the walkway into the vat of magical chemicals. The chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have put him out. But that all sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanders blaming you for what happened? The guard rails on the walkways to prevent people from falling. Supposedly those guard rails broke apart when an employee tried to lean against it. The accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery, but my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened. Yep, we gotta inspect it ourselves. The victim. Will you tell us more about them? Hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened. Young man named Justin Wei. Was he a good employee? He was a hard worker, but he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard that he always spent his time with the local delinquents. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. She told me that she wanted to turn his life around. Mozarika Tudor supposedly begged Stefani Dracogen to hire Justin Wei. She wanted Justin to turn his life around. Supposedly he used to spend a lot of time with some local delinquents, but has turned his life around since. Helps when you have something to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker. He did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules too, so I have no idea why he was up in that walkway. He wasn't supposed to be on the walkway? The walkway. What did you mean? Worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway. Was he the type of person to wander around places that he's not supposed to? He's always followed the rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing. Justin Wei was a star employee. He was always known to follow all of Stefani Dracogen's rules and regulations. He worked in an entirely different department and wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the refinery walkway. Dracogen has no idea why he was in the refinery before the accident. Witness. There were many employees here at the time, but there were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall. She witnessed the accident alongside the harbour master, Morrison. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child, but after you left Oronex, you went out of your way to cut contact with everyone from your past. How were all of these people doing here in the first place? Rika is a cafe owner and Morrison is a harbour master. I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor, but the harbour master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. But apparently the nobleman had legal authority to go wherever he wanted to. Yep. Anything else? I think that's it. We're gonna move to the harbour to speak with Morrison. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. The Arcane Inquisition. Oh no. You spot Commander White and Prosecutor Tyrion coordinating the knights there. Investigating something. There must be magic involved in the Inquisitions here. I doubt it. We didn't see any Inquisition knights at the refinery. It might just be a coincidence. It's nothing to do with our case. It'd be best to leave them to their business. Well, okay. Let's go to the walkway. Examine? Do you need me to scan for magical traces? Well, there aren't many magical elements in this case, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Repario Arcanum!
Oh. There are traces of transportation all over the guardrails. Oh no. It's magic. It's only this area. These traces are only on the rails that Justin broke. They aren't anywhere else. Change the properties of physical objects. Usually mages use transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects. How did the transmutation spell affect the guardrail? Judging by the current state of the rails, we can only conclude one thing. The spell weakened the structural integrity of the walkway. Alright. The transportation spells always change the physical properties of objects. The guardrails broke when Justin put his weight on them, so what did this transmutation spell do to the guardrails before Justin fell? Covered. The walkway. Physical properties. The guardrails broke. Weakened. Oh, there we go. We just didn't get the right words. Dude, I was confused about the walkway and the rails. Ugh, it's considered different things. Which is odd, because then with the spell, it seems like it covered everything, including the rails and the walkway. So, you know. Guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them. Sabotage rails are right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals. Judging by what happened, the intention can only be one thing. Wanted someone to fall into the vat. Ooh, they just wanted someone to fall into the vat. You can feel your fist clenching tightly. Oh no. Someone committed murder using magic here, and whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up. You won't forgive whoever did this. When you're through with them, you'll make them feel a fraction of the misery that your mother. No, that's how you... No, that's how his mom died. Right, sorry. Everyone was written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. That means that whoever cast a transmutation spell did so recently. Supposedly they're corrosive enough to dissolve anyone unfortunate enough to fall into it.
Repario Arcanum!
Evocation magic on the chemicals in this vat. Create and disperse energy. These chemicals probably induce some sort of magical reaction to create arcane crystals. Is there anything else? I guess that's it. Perhaps we wait until you obtain more information. Yeah, okay. Harbor. Oi, you there. This first glance at this character is tripping me off for some reason. The knights have closed the harbor. Morrison? What's he wearing on his head? Cuthbert. Oh, this is Morrison. I've heard from Little Mozarika that you're back in town. What can I do for you? We heard that you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we've heard, you witnessed the accident and we wanted to ask you some questions. What? He's 64. The age is like really just a number here in this game. I just hope you're still not hung up over that business with your mother. Did you see? No one deserved what happened to that poor lad. I was showing a patron around town, and for some reason he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. Something about checking out the local art of fishery. Aha, he must mean artificiary. Looking at the machinery, that suddenly Mozarika came running towards us. She was trying to tell us something, but the damn machines were too loud for us to hear. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway and we saw a horrible sight. We saw someone fall into the vat. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late. She should have been still running the cafe at the time of the accident, and that patron who was visiting the factory, did they also witness the accident? Was it because the guardrail broke under his weight? But it was a little strange. The guardrail was made out of metal, but the way it broke, you would have thought that it was made out of cardboard. He barely leaned on it and it just broke apart. Even a poorly maintained guardrail shouldn't have broken that easily. Did someone really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? That possibility could kill Dracogen's name, but presenting the possibility of a magical crime might just complicate things. Your patron. Who is he? Did he witness the accident too? He was right there with me when Rika tried to get our attention. It'd be hard to miss it with the commotion she was making. He said his name was Aster. Oh, why doesn't the name sound familiar? It's the Crown Prince. Lad was really secretive with his last name for some reason. He must have a recognizable name. Is he a noble from a well-known house? On the night of the accident, Mozarika Tudor frantically approached Noah Morrison and a man named Aster. She tried to tell them something, however they couldn't hear her over the noise produced by the refinery machines. They noticed that Mozarika was pointing at the walkway, so they looked there. There, they saw a figure lean on the guardrail and break it. The figure fell from the walkway and into the vat of corrosive chemicals. The blockade. Why were you escorting this Aster in the first place? Don't you have managed the harbor? Can't really manage anything because of them. They've blocked all sea travel out of the city till this mess is sorted out. They have a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for? Well, you didn't hear this from me, but according to them, Aster's ship just up and vanished in the dead of night. Someone hijacked it? That's the thing, the guards would have noticed if someone had driven off the ship. Especially one of that size. From what I heard, one of the guards could have sworn that they saw it vanish in a flash of light. What kind of ship was it? Do you know how big it was? A galleon? Spell that skill would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size. I wonder who this Aster person is. The king's gotten the Inquisition for him over missing ship. Did he tell you where he was staying? He's staying at the local inn near town square. If he's this high profile, why is he staying at an inn for commoners? He's an eccentric one for sure. Whoever he is, he also witnessed the accident. You definitely want to speak with him. And if he's a noble, there's a chance that he's the mage that sabotaged the guardrail. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, town square. Tavern. Right, tavern. If Aster doesn't want to be found, we might alert him if you annoy too many people. If you had to put a VIP somewhere, which one would you choose? Oh, we'll examine this. You push the door and firmly knock on it. Hello? The cracking door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a look at the person's face. On the defense, Tanya Stefani, Dracogen. From what I've heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw. Oh? Interesting. The protege of the infamous Ruby Timora. I know you very well. Oh! I thought he was gonna be something like dark. He's like... Is he possibly younger? The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert is standing right in front of my tavern room. I read all about your feats. You successfully indicted the head of House Pierce. You didn't think twice about confronting the inheritor of House Frigga. You even defeated Lord Von Sanctus in the chess tournament. You must be Celeste McCoy, the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms. The Crimson what? I did. Are you going to interrogate me about what I saw?
Repario Arcanum.
My apologies. I'll prefer to keep my full identity hidden for now. In any case, what is your business as Ornex? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord Von Sanctus. The same ship that was magically stolen? The King's Guard have been trying their best to keep that information hidden, but I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you. Larry will get him nowhere. I doubt there was anything on the ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. I was supposed to be on it. I see. The theft of the ship might have actually been an attempt to kidnap you. That's my current theory anyway. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. He seems awfully calm about this. I guess if you're that big of a figure, you probably get used to all the, like, attempts on your life or something. According to Morrison, you were also in the refinery that night. Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vat? I did. Could you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be reported. Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor master. I was inspecting the refinery's machines when a girl frantically ran towards us. She was hysterical. It looked like she was trying to tell us something, but I couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized that we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Wave fall off of it and into the vat. This next question is very important. Do you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it? Yes, he broke the guardrail before he fell. Yep. The way he fell was very strange though. You mentioned the way that the victim fell. Do you feel like the guardrail broke too easily? Why yes. Matches with the statement that the harbor master gave us. And his body was extremely limp when falling. But when I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all. Did you see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious. There's much too dark to make out his features. We didn't actually see his face. Well, who else could have been? No one else had been reported missing. They also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vat. It was definitely him that fell in. That's a little bit suspicious. There were traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, and it appears that Aster is quite a high-profile individual. He was probably the only other mage at the refinery. If you ask him outright, you might be able to see something incriminating through the eye of Horus. But could you at least answer one question? Are you a mage? Is that all? Yes, I'm a mage, and I'm quite the practiced one. You see, Celeste cast detect magic to look at the scene of the accident and found traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, namely on the guardrails that Justin fell through. What? Are you telling me that the mage used transmutation magic to weaken the rails? Somehow the reports I read. His feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting. Yeah. Does that mean that I'm a potential suspect? That's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me? It's the first time you met someone that's happy to be suspected. Yeah, that's the first you ever see and the last of it. Something right out of a mystery novel. Not the reaction you were expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there's any incriminating thoughts in his mind. Doesn't drop of fear. What could this mean? Either way, it looks like you found everything you can from Aster. You should move somewhere. Let's go back to Town Square. Nope. The refinery. Morga. Right, we haven't questioned her yet. Mozarika, why do I keep missing the letters? You talked to Mr. Dracogen? I did. Still not sure what to make of him just yet, but after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening. Someone sabotaged those rails with the intent of harming an employee. If this truly was a murder, you have to find out who did this and why. You were at the refinery when the accident occurred. May I ask you a few questions? Of course. Psychological profile, I see. By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? Making a food delivery to Justin. Never had time to make his own dinner, so I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. But that night, I couldn't find him in the fried area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building. Mazurka Tudor was delivering food to Justin Ray during the time of the accident. Justin apparently never had time to make food for himself, so she delivered his dinner to him every day. Mazurka didn't find Justin in the fried area that day, so she went looking for him and spotted him in the refinery building before he fell. I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. Should have never been in the refinery building in the first place. He had a meeting scheduled with Dracogen. Unless... Justin supposedly told her that he was on his way to a scheduled meeting with Stefani Dracogen, but Dracogen never mentioned this meeting. Suspicious. Got a few witnesses' accounts already, but I just want to double check. What did you see during the accident? Happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. It was my first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all of the machines. It's when I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear me because of how loud the machines were. Before I finally got them to understand what happened, it was already too late. You see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway. More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight? I'm honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help. I saw a guardrail break. Rika's account of what happened is a lot less detailed than Augusta and Morrison's, but she did see Justin before the accident. So they have no idea why Justin was on the walkway in the first place. Either Justin and Dracogen must be lying. You met Dracogen already, but you still have no idea what kind of person Justin was. But Rika can tell you more. What kind of a person is he? He was a good person who fell into the bad crowd a few years ago while he was starting to turn his life around. Saw how much he was trying to change, so I asked Mr. Dracogen to give him a job. But this job just ended up killing him. That's a little sad. No one could have known that this would happen. It's hard not to think about. Was he the type of person to go places he wasn't supposed to be? Not anymore. I see. So it was true. That matches up with what Dracogen said. Or maybe he was falling back into his old habits. You mentioned that Justin fell into a bad crowd before. I've also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Could you tell us more about them? Uh-oh. Oh no. She's definitely hiding some. But I don't have enough. I expect them to happen. Oh, that's it. Alright, I guess. She clearly knows about the bad crowd that Justin fell in with, but she's hiding who they are. Start. Here we go. Just be honest with me. I really don't know that much about him. What was it? This. might have believed you delivered his food to a good customer, but he wasn't all that you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around and you begged Dracogen to set him up with a job. You wouldn't do that for a customer that you barely knew. Oh, that's pretty little. I only helped him because I'm a generous person? Said earlier he was a good person, how could you possibly know that if you didn't know him very well? How could you possibly know? Oh, damn. Yeah, you're not a good liar. I thought that was it, but I hesitated. What if Justin fell back into his own ways? He surely brought some consequences on you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him well enough to trust him. He was trying to leave his old life behind. He always kept his past a secret from me. In fact, I'm sure that you were friends for at least a few years. With a friendship that old, I'm sure he would have confided in you about his past. You need to stay focused. But I need to talk to Justin's former friends. There wasn't anything strange about the way he was acting. This. Justin told you that he was heading to a scheduled meeting in Dracogen's office, but according to Dracogen, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday. Justin might have lied to you. I need to know why he was up there, and so far the statements that I've gotten from you and Dracogen don't explain that. I need to talk to people who might know things about him that you don't. Argument 1. Just promise me that you'll be safe. Alright. Probably know already, but a few years ago Justin got involved with a local street gang. They always hang around the beach area, but one day they discovered an abandoned house along the coastline. And they started spending most of their time there. A lone house on the coastline. It's that house. Oh. Probably where you'll find Justin's old friends, so that's why you're being so secretive. Don't be, you're just trying to look out for me. It's okay, I'm sure you're busy with the cafe, and it's not as if I'll be going alone. Yeah. Aw, damn. It's my old house, ain't it? You arrive at the old abandoned house. Upon looking at the home that you left behind, you're struck with a flood of memories. Those memories were once happy, but now they only fill you with grief. Ah, this is sad. Oh no. Suddenly you hear the sound of glass breaking. You rush to look for the source and you see two young teenagers throwing rocks at the side of the house. The shattered remains of a window are lying on the ground. Gavin Kralin. Wyatt Ernell. You're at a loss for words. You feel like you should respond, but nothing comes out of your mouth. You suddenly find yourself quickly approaching the two teens. You threw a punch straight into Gavin's face. Your eyes are slowly tearing up. You can only see red. You grab Gavin by the collar and pull his face close to yours. Get the hell away from my house. If you came looking for trouble, you sure found it. Excuse me? No. Don't piss off the girl that smiles when she gets angry. No, never piss her off. Why don't you go and repeat what you said? I said stay out of this. That was quick 5 minutes later. A very nicely timed time skip. Celeste? Yes? Sorry for losing my temper. I didn't mean to drag you into this. I think you might have overdone it a bit. I don't think he's breathing. Come on, just give him a second. You suddenly hear the very bruised and broken form of Gavin sputtering and wheezing on the ground. Looks like he's finally regained consciousness. See, he's perfectly fine. You're fine. Wyatt is staring wide-eyed at Celeste. From the shaking of his legs, it looks like he wants to run away, but he's too frozen by fear to move. Ooh, scary. Don't bother running. Even with a head start, I can easily catch up to you. These two are probably Justin's former delinquent friends. Are you okay with talking to them? Of course. Don't you two happen to know the young man who died at the refinery? You guys are after Justin? Was there someone with a grudge against him? Not here that hurts you. I'd just like to ask you a few questions about Justin. It's a little bit disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that. That would scare anybody. What can you tell me about Justin Way? According to a few witnesses we spoke to, you used to be friends. We used to hang back in the day, but we don't know more. It was weird when he started talking to us again. I thought he left for good. But he started talking to you again. Why? We just needed some of the old gear that he left at the house. He steals tools. All the tools you need for lockpicking and safe cracking. Ah dear. What would Justin need lockpicking and safe cracking tools for? You need to get the gold that he owed your boss? He owed gold to someone. Word has it that he was working for the merchant that owns the refinery. Because the owner trusted him a lot, Justin said that he had a way to get access to the safe in the guy's office. That's why he was there. He even had the tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out of the safe would have been an easy score. According to Wyatt Ernell, Justin Way owed gold to someone. Justin owned a set of lockpicking and safe cracking tools that could disable mundane and magical locks. He was planning to break into the refinery building, then use his safe cracking skills to rob the safe in Dracogen's office. Wyatt apparently thinks you are sent out on behalf of someone, and from what he said so far, Justin owned a non-trivial amount of gold to this person. If this person was some kind of criminal, could they have been the one who sabotaged the guardrail? Did Justin tell you who he owed his debt to? Oh, they might whack me too if I tell them the truth. So he does know. Just tell us what he told you. Did he give you a name? The Eye Taker. He owed gold to the Eye Taker. How do we even get a picture of the Eye Taker without seeing him? Why does that name sound so familiar though? Either way, you need to find out who this Eye Taker is. Town Square. Yeah, back at the house, what was that all about? It was my house. It was? Yep. If you want to talk about it. Well, kinda expected that he didn't want to talk. The angst in people. We'll move back to the cafe to talk to present this. Do you know a criminal named the Eye Taker? Not exactly. At least you hope not. Either way, it looks like Rika doesn't know who the Eye Taker is. The tavern. Oof. What can you tell me about this? You can't say much about that, then you're no use. Where did you hear that name? So you do know about them. Learn to keep my distance from him over the years. The eye taker is the criminal kingpin of this region. Every large criminal undertaking in this region happens under his watch. Of course. More importantly, how did you hear about him? From what I heard, Justin Wade owed a huge debt. Old? I knew he used to run around with a bunch of rogues, but never imagined by the scaled lord. The eye taker might be involved in Justin's death. Do you think someone like him could be behind this? That's the saying we have about what happens when you get on his bad side. Let's just say he reminds you of why he has that name. But there's still some elements of this that don't make sense. You need to take some time to work through it all. Yep, I completely forgot about him. I gotta move back to the refinery. Hello, Mr. Cuthbert. We spent some time looking into the accident and the people who knew Justin. I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye. Spend some time explaining your findings to Dracogen. He seems troubled when you explain the traces of transmutation that you found on the guardrail. He's even more taken aback when you mention Justin's supposed plan to rob him. It is. Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now? No, actually. After the accident, I did a careful inspection of the building. When I checked my office, I noticed that the lock on the safe was disengaged. That's right. When I saw the safe open like that, I was already worried that I'd been robbed. But I double-checked everything. Double-checked the contents, everything was accounted for. Because of that, I just assumed I'd forgotten to lock it. If it doesn't make any sense, maybe it's just a coincidence. I might believe that if it weren't for where my office is located. The walkway that Justin fell from leads to my office. There's a window there that overlooks the refinery. That'll explain why Justin was there in the first place. But it just all fits too perfectly together except for one thing. Why wasn't anything stolen? Regardless, I think you have a pretty good case. After what I've discovered, I won't just stand by and let Von Sanctus have his way. Anyways, regardless of why someone clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident, I doubt the court will find you at fault for what happened. Although civil cases are a lot less strict than the criminal cases, it will present evidence suggesting foul play using magic to treat this exactly like the other cases. Ah, now, for this accident, all we have to go on is witness accounts. Finding concrete evidence of what happened could very well be impossible. But the idea of hunting down the mage responsible sounds very tempting. And with Von Sanctus on the other side of this, who knows what might happen. It'd be best to keep your wits about you. Yeah, it'd be best. Can't believe this, I have more important things to do than resolve your petty squabbles. The missing ship of your betrothed. The sooner you can return to being the prince's lapdog. That is to say, once I'm not preoccupied with this case, House Von Sanctus can provide the resources that you and the Inquisition need. Right, I guess we're headed to trial. Gonna take a short break while I clean up and probably have some dessert or snacks with me. I'll see you guys in a bit. Be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Got myself a drink, some candy, which will last us through the next half of the game. No, I don't think this is half. This is probably the first time we're heading into trial. Alright, let's go. Very well, let's begin. Criminal negligence in the death of Justin Wei. Mr. Wei was an employee of the Dracogen Trading Company, a company owned by the defendant. During work hours, the victim accidentally broke a poorly maintained safety rail and fell into a vat of corrosive chemicals. Attempts to save his life failed and his body almost fully dissolved. Ugh. Alright, then we don't have like a autopsy report. That's why. Defendant displayed clear negligence in maintaining the refinery's facilities. As such, the responsibility for Mr. Wayne's death falls squarely on his shoulder. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Noah Morrison to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Harbor Master of Oronex's Harbor. It's my understanding that you witnessed the accident that night. Am I correct? Aye. Is he wearing like two hats? Would you please testify to the court about what you witnessed? I was showing a visitor around the city, and for some reason he really wanted to see the Oronex Arcane refinery. He was inspecting the machines there, when suddenly Mozarika ran up to us. She was desperately trying to tell us something, but there was just too much noise. After a while, she just pointed to the walkway overlooking the refinery. That's where we saw someone fall into the accursed vat. There was a guardrail that should have prevented him from falling, but he broke through as he fell. However, upon closer inspection, the city guard found that the rails were extremely rusted. They were clearly poorly maintained by the company. And this negligence is the basis for the prosecution's charge. Are you going to present the traces of transportation that we found? Right now, those traces are the only defense we have against Von Sanctus's accusations. Not a piece that I want to use just yet. I want to use that piece. Who knows how the judge will react. Not much has changed with Morrison's testimony. However, you've collected a lot more evidence since you last spoke to him. Is there anything you found that contradicts his testimony? Have I? Inspecting the machines there. Do you not recognize the person? Don't get a good look at the person. Oh. Should have prevented him from falling off the walkway, but the wheel just broke the instant he put his weight on it. It's hard to see most things from the distance, but I definitely noticed that. Definitely made an impression on me. It's like those rails were made out of cardboard. With the new evidence that you collect after, there will be detail that doesn't match with his testimony. You need to examine everything you've learned since you've spoken with him. Let me check. Okay. Sonny's way. Okay, let me maybe press on something else. What Mozarika was doing. She was the one who pointed the walkway in the first place. That's how we saw Justin fall. What else? What was Asta doing? Standing next to me, he saw Justin fall into the vat, too. How could he already knew what was going on before it was too late? She knew. She knows. Okay, let's press on that last one again. Was the guardrail extremely rusted? Can't say I could make out those details. We're pretty far away. Couldn't see if there was any rust. Justin was definitely the person that fell into those corrosive chemicals. New evidence you've collected, however, there might be a detail that doesn't match with his testimony. Let's see. So they look there, lean on the guard. She tried to get their attention, but they couldn't understand her because how loud the refinery machines were. I could barely hear myself think. There was no way I could hear young Mazurika over all that. Is it this? On the night of the accident, after seeing him fall, she tried to get the attention of Esther Nora Morrison. Objection! So it was after he fell, so he couldn't have seen, what's the guy's name again? Justin fall into the vat, because then he didn't, like, she pointed it out to them after the fact. Oh, I'm good. Did this happen before, during, or after Mazurika tried to get your attention? Definitely after. If it weren't for the commotion she made, I wouldn't have looked up there in the first place. Yeah, what does this mean? She said that she saw Justin fall off the walkway and then rushed to you for help. Sounds about right. If Mazurika saw Justin fall before she went to get help, then how did you see him fall after she came to you for help? Was there any reaction to seeing Justin fall off the walkway? If that's true, then how could you have possibly seen Justin fall off the walkway again? Interesting. I highly doubt that Morrison misremembered the order of what happened. His testimony matches up exactly with the testimony of his companion. Then Miss Tudor must be the one who's mistaken. Prosecution's case is based on the broken guardrail, and only 3 individuals witnessed Justin's break said guardrail. The defense asserts that these 3 witness accounts must be consistent with each other. Otherwise, this evidence is not strong enough to find my client liable. Who said the victim fell in because the railing broke? How do we know that the guardrail wasn't broken by some other event? That's ludicrous. You're clearly just playing devil's advocate. I'll admit that I also find the defense assertion dubious. However, I see no harm in allowing Miss Tudor to testify to what she saw. Rika saw a lot less than Morrison and Esther did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. But the one detail she did remember was that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully her testimony might clear up what happened. Oof. This is kind of like a long-winded way of it, where, I don't know, we're not exactly defending the someone from murder, but from the liability of it, which is an interesting twist of taking on a sort of quote-unquote civil case before going into like the criminal case. Anyways. Oh no. She's gonna do her introduction. Haha. Dark Lord of Orinex, High Archmage of the Cadmium Flames, and the business proprietor of Sweet Confections. Does he actually believe her? is the owner of the local cafe in Oronex. Isn't she also a high archmage? No, she really isn't. You would say that your flow is the most disruptive right now. You witnessed the moment that the victim fell off the walkway. Yes, that's right. According to your statement, you ran up to Morrison after you saw Justin fall off the walkway. The problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimonies. Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vat until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense though. You saw the victim fall off the walkway before you ran out to Morrison. Morrison couldn't have possibly seen the victim fall again after that. I think I see what happened. Oh? I misunderstood. Oh. What do you mean by you misunderstood? I was at the refinery when I heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail, but he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging on to the edge of the platform. I didn't know how to get to the walkway from there, so I looked for help on the grounds and found Mr. Morrison. He must have seen Justin lose his grip of the ledge and fall into the vat after. He didn't immediately fall into the vat, he was hanging onto the edge of the walkway. That would explain how Mr. Morrison saw the victim fall into the vat after Miss Tudor saw him fall off the walkway. Guess I've I'll have to press every statement. Not quite sure. If I had to guess, I say that it sounded like the sound of metal hitting metal. Something shake the walkway and make Justin lose his balance. This was the moment you saw Justin fall off the walkway, and you said that he fell over the guardrail. Caused him to lose his balance. He stumbled over the guardrail and fell right off the walkway. But that still doesn't explain why Morrison saw him fall after you ran to him for help. I did see Justin fall from the walkway, but he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. Was there anyone around to help him back up? Well, I really wasn't paying attention. I was just focused on saving him before he fell. I assumed that if anyone was nearby, they immediately tried to help him. I didn't know how to get to the walkway. I did. I tried to explain to him and his friend what was going on, but they couldn't hear me over the machines. After that, he must have seen Justin lose grip. I was so busy trying to talk to Mr. Morrison that I didn't see it. I didn't even know what happened until after they shut down the machines. Just need to focus on the other parts of her testimony. Looking back on it, I should have asked her for more details. Also focus on matching details with Morrison and asked her.
Objection!
Nope. That's not it. Sorry. I looked to see what it was. But definitely not the blockade. However, they couldn't hear her over the noise produced by the refinery machines. There they saw a figure lean. Ah, there we are. Hang on.
Objection!
There we are. He just leaned into it, he wasn't hanging off the ledge. As in, he was thrown over it. Do you see the moment that the guardrail broke? No, I didn't, I already told you that. But you did see the moment that Justin fell off the walkway, and in that moment did you see Justin break the guardrail? No, like I told you, I didn't see the moment that the guardrail broke. But that's the thing. According to Morrison, Justin Wei broke the guardrail as he fell into the vat. More specifically, he said that Justin was standing on the walkway when this happened. Oh. According to the prosecution, Justin Wei leaned on a faulty guardrail and broke it falling into the vat, but that's not what you saw. I saw him tumble over the guardrail. Well, different descriptions of the same accident, so... There's definitely something going on. What is happening here? Oh, they're both telling the truth. How does that make sense? Okay, think through. If we assume that Rika and Morrison are telling the truth, we need to remember the exact order of events. First, Rika saw Justin go up the walkway. She saw Justin fall over the guardrail and off the walkway. Justin was able to grab onto the walkway ledge. That's when Rika went to look for help. This is when she went to Morrison and Esther. That's when we saw someone fall into the vat. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late. I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. Who else could it have been? Esther and Morrison couldn't see Justin's face. That one detail of the testimonies never sat right with you, but dismissed your suspicions. They found Justin's body in the vat. You know for a fact that he fell into that vat, but you never considered one other possibility. Another person fell in. You also explain how Rika, Morrison, and Esther all saw someone fall off the walkway at different times. But then who is this second person? Gosh. Are you accusing the witness or not? Appear to contradict each other, but they're both telling the truth. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true? But the person that Miss Tudor saw and the person that Mr. Morrison saw were two different people. Does that mean it's two murders? It's the only conclusion that makes sense. Miss Tudor knew the victim and recognized him. That was how she was able to confirm that it was him that fell into the vat. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could barely make out his features. They only assumed that it was him after learning that he fell in. Let's not forget Miss Tudor's allegiance. As a beneficiary of the Dracogen Trading Company, she has every reason to confound this case in the defendant's favor. Oh. That's a bit tricky. It's a civil case. It looks like you don't have a choice. You're going to have to use your trump card. I guess. Here we go. Are you sure about that? Justin Way's death was reported as an unfortunate accident. As a result, the city guard put minimal resources into their investigation. More specifically, there was no reason to call in the Arcane Inquisition. Unlike the Oronax City Guard, I have a mage capable of casting Detect Magic. My bodyguard Celeste McCoy scanned the crime scene for magical traces, and she found traces of transmutation on the broken guard rail. Dun dun dun! Traces of magic were found in the crime scene, but that would make this a potential homicide. Accident took place within the Arcane refinery. Those traces could have easily come from the purification process. These traces were found only on the guardrails that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic near the scene of the accident. Foul play may have been involved. So my theory of another person falling into the vat is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking. With that said, suspend! And then more investigation continues. Court will give the Arcane Inquisition time to investigate the scene and these supposed magical traces. We'll resume the trial in 2 days' time. 2 days? So much time. At least we survived the first day. Kinda feels like we're back to square one. The Inquisition will get involved. They know that magic played a role in what happened. If you want them to dismiss the case against Dracogen, you're gonna have to find out exactly what happened. That's gonna be tough. Uh-oh. You feel a headache coming on. It's pretty late. We should just head back to the inn and continue the investigation tomorrow. Ugh. It's fine. Uh-oh. All the more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. Soreness in your head doesn't seem to be going away. You'll be better off investigating the scene after some rest. Yep. Alright, this is taking a bit longer than, I would have wanted to. So we're gonna cut it short for today. I'm gonna stop right here. Maybe we'll continue in the next stream. Not sure when that would be, but we'll continue the story of, or at least the case of the origin of Horus on our next stream. Sorry to cut it short. I think the fatigue is really getting to me after the long days of work. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching the stream. I hope you have a good day ahead wherever you're at. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.